people are gonna mosh, but if you're comfortable just getting pushed like once out of the way, just move all the way up, please. We're Faim. For those who don't know, this is our record release, so this is really exciting for us. I'm very happy to be in Denver right now. I miss you guys. The scene here is just, it's so special, and I hope you guys don't take it for granted. It's so enthusiastic and supportive, and everybody is open to listening to any other type of band. I love mixed bills like this one. And shush. I wish you would stop talking. I'm sorry. So really, like, the person who should get the biggest round of applause is Adam Croft, who's right there, because let me tell you why, if you don't know. He started a record label called Compulse Records because he wanted to put out bands that he believed in, and so he put a lot of time and energy and probably some tears and some sweat and his own money into putting out our 7-inch. So thank you, Adam. We wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for you. Thank you to Seven Circle as usual. Aaron is, this place is just unreal. It's such a great place for all ages, all types of music. A lot of cities don't have something like this, so thank you for supporting, and thank you, Aaron. I don't even ever sleep or anything. And thank you, one more thing, sorry, to all the bands who played tonight. Targets is amazing, because I haven't been here. That was my first time seeing them, and they were fantastic. And then several of our friends played. So Youth, who is just so talented, and Line Brawl, who Gary was like one of the first people I met here other than Ruben, and I met Gary through Ruben. And then Moral Law, who are really bringing back social views into hardcore, which is really what hardcore should be about, is about us doing more than just moshing and playing heavy riffs. It's about going out into society, which is really fucked right now, and trying to make things better. And so we're all in this room for a reason. We're all here because of what's happening out in the world, and we don't really feel like we fit. That's how I found hardcore. And so if we can do more to try and make our world a place for everyone, that's really what we should be doing. So that wasn't as eloquent as I wanted it to be. All right, we're gonna play some songs. You should wash around, have some fun, take care of each other. think they're the only two older songs we're playing. When we started this band, you know, it was right after Trump had been elected, and so obviously a lot of the songs had to do with that. And still, unfortunately, I've had this conversation with a few people tonight where it's really hard when people say how you're doing to be like, oh, I'm good, I'm great, things are great. Because really they're not. You know, every day there's something happening in our world that just makes me hate being a human more and more and more. And so I'm trying to find ways to use how I'm feeling in a more positive way. Thankfully, this is one of those places. But I gotta tell you, it's a daily struggle for me to get up and like be happy about life. So it's really made me quite an angry person, which I don't like. I don't like being angry. And so if you can relate to that, I guess these songs can go out to you. This one's for you. Right? And so I was at the gym the other day, and I was doing some back extensions, and I woke up the next morning and was like, and I walked around like hunched over like an old lady. So I have these eating pads on my back. It still hurts, but that's okay. But hey, you know, I'm old and I'm still doing this, and Chris is old and he's still doing this, and Chris is old and he's still doing this, and so is Matt. So like, for the core. So thank you for supporting a bunch of old people up here. Something that I really appreciate about Denver hardcore is the fact that, like, I remember kind of going to like my first few hardcore shows here, and people were like really friendly and like talked to me, and they weren't like, "Oh, who's that old person?" Which does unfortunately happen in some other places. And so this scene has always just been so welcoming and friendly to everybody who walks through the door. Let's appreciate that and give that a round of applause. I'm all about the round of applause. Alright, these next three are gonna play our 7-inch. It's for sale inside. It's $5. It's a good deal for a 7-inch. If you don't have a a record player, you can still get it and just listen to it on Spotify. You know? $5, I'll take 2. Alright, let's get 2. Alright, this song is called Beatty. It is named after a book called Fahrenheit 451. If you haven't read it, you should. because we're still gonna do it. We need Gary and Steve. This is a 3-person cover. Are you sure we got this? Okay. This is covered by a band called Kid Dynamite. If you don't know them, that's okay. But maybe you'll listen to them after this. They're pretty cool. They're from Philadelphia.
Check.
If you like bands like, I don't know, Painted Black or No More Black, they're the previous band. Nobody likes No More Black.
Is a
So it's called Three's a Party. It actually does have a 3-person part. I know, right? Okay, I think we're ready. Like starting a firestorm and not finishing it. Okay, I'm only gonna talk one more time, so, and then he's gonna talk later. But no, it looks so good. Chris looks great. Doesn't he give him a round of applause? He doesn't like that. Okay, so
Here's one beanie on. He looks like a vegan fisherman.
with the beanie on, he looks like a vegan fisherman.
When you've been packed, you've been packed. Swedish fish. Turn it into a corner.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get serious now. So, these next 2 songs kind of deal with the same concept of dealing with kind of toxic masculinity and dealing with, and anybody can kind of go through this, but dealing with, from my position as a woman, being manipulated into thinking I'm crazy when I've really done nothing wrong. And so, this next song, the next song, I'm going to talk about the other one instead, because it was very personal for me to write, because I spent 11 years in a relationship with somebody who every day, and it took me a long time to realize this, every day made me feel like I was pretty worthless. And when I would stand up for myself, the way he would manipulate me into thinking I was crazy was not okay. And so, and I wasn't even the one who ended the relationship. He did. And I am thankful for that, because I learned that there was nothing wrong with me, and that what he was doing to me was not okay, and it was mental and emotional abuse. And it took me a long time to realize that he was abusing me in a different way than other people have been abused, but it was abuse, and it was very traumatic. And it's something that I am still 4.5 years later recovering from. It is still something that I get mad about, I get bitter about. And I personally don't think I have to everybody's like, well, you should forgive because then you can move on. I personally don't think I should ever have to forgive somebody who abused me. So that's just my, if you think like, oh, forgiveness will help you move on, for me it's like, no, I'm not going to forgive him because you know what? He's never actually apologized for the way he treated me. So, yeah. We're going to play some songs now. Okay. So, this one's a headbanger song. Thank you so much. Thank you again for coming out tonight. Thank you for making my return to Denver wonderful. I couldn't ask for anything more. It's right here. So, this is our last song. Chris is gonna be Chris.
What's that supposed to mean? All right. So we have one more song. You know what to do during it. It's called I'll Talk. If you've seen us, you've seen me say the same basic shit before the song. But instead, I'm going to share something different with you. There's a woman, her name is Sophie Scholl. She was beheaded by the Nazis in 1943 for passing out literature. And what she said in the years before her death, I think are really relevant today. And every time I stumble across this, it really hits me. So what she said is, the real damage is done by the millions who want to survive. The honest men who just want to be left alone. Those who don't want their little lives disturbed by anything bigger than themselves. They have no sides or causes. Those who won't take measure of their own strength out of fear of antagonizing their own weakness. They make no waves or enemies. Those for whom words like truth, honor, principle, and freedom, it's just literature. They live small, mate small, die small. It's the reductionist approach to life. You think if you keep it small, you keep it under control. If you don't make any noise, the boogeyman will get you. But it's an illusion, because they die too. Those that keep themselves spirited away in tiny little balls to keep themselves safe? Safe from what? Life is always on the narrow edge of death. And a small street leads the same place as a wide avenue. A small candle burns itself out the same as a flaming torch. Almost got through it. I choose my own way to burn. They're having a record release on March 23rd. 23rd. You should come to that. They're a hardworking band too, and they're also all spread out all over the country. So, and Cadaver Dog and Spine are playing, and Mob and Videodrome. So it's a really great show. So come to that, March 23rd.